worry about history later, but today we're working to win.
Republicans vote on Tuesday, we win, period.
It's the race the entire country has their eyes on, both Republican and Democratic candidates assuring their voters they have it in the bag. Tonight, we have the results from across the state.
And we have the results from all of the local races on the Suncoast, including the many controversial amendments on the ballot. Good evening, everyone.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Cohn.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Continuing our midterm election coverage, Democrats hoped this was the year they'd take back the governor's office and pick up seats across the Sunshine State.
But hopes of a blue wave in Florida have come up short, especially in the race for Florida governor. Although it is not a nail-biter anymore, we have team coverage from both the Republican and Democratic watch parties in Sarasota. We'll check in with ABC7's Taylor Torregano and Jackie Kelly in a moment. But first, the big question on everybody's mind: who is Florida's new governor? The Florida governor's race was just called moments ago. Republican Ron DeSantis and Democrat Andrew Gillum were neck and neck as the final poll numbers rolled in.
That's right. Gillum conceded just seconds ago. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us with a breakdown of how those numbers stack up. Jess?
Well, right now, Jacqueline and Alan, Andrew Gillum is actually going live, conceding the race, congratulating Republican Ron DeSantis. So we're going to take that live now.
Are we going to wake up and bask in sorrow and defeat? Or are we going to get up and reassert ourselves to the mission at hand? Are we going to get up and fight for the things that we believe in? Are we going to get up and say that we still deserve our seat at the table? Look, I said before that I believe that we have to have a table in this state that is long enough, that is wide enough, that is deep enough to fit all of us. I still believe that we got to have that table. But y'all, we're just going to have to do a little bit more work in order to build that table. We're going to have to do a little bit more in order to make our way to it. If there's not a chair there for us, let's pull up our own folding chair. Let's make sure that people know we plan to have a seat at this thing and that we will not be ignored, that we will not be pushed aside, that we will not be pushed into the shadows anymore, that we're here and that we are here to stay. Y'all, I have to tell you, I am blown away by the volunteers that joined with us on the trail. I'm blown away by you. This was from the very beginning an extremely, extremely difficult task. I sincerely regret that I couldn't bring it home for you. But
So Ron DeSantis will be the next governor of Florida. The former Republican U.S. representative rode the President Donald Trump's back to victory in the governor's race. Democratic Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum was hoping that he could energize his voters and get the votes. And as those numbers trickled in, we were waiting for Broward County as we went on the air tonight. Before this race was officially called, those numbers came in. And as you now know, Ron DeSantis has won the governor's race. Most of the counties in Florida did go red. Gillum did take Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, also more locally, Hillsborough County. Again, this race was just called moments ago. If we went on the air, Gillum was fighting to become the first black governor of Florida and the first Democratic governor since 1994. Obviously, that will not be happening. We'll continue to keep you updated on this race as the night continues.
Just thank you. Now to Florida's U.S. Senate race, which has also been neck and neck all night between incumbent Democrat Bill Nelson and Republican Governor Rick Scott.
Scott is trying to kick Nelson out of office after 3 terms, ending a career that began in 1972. If Nelson wins, he'll be the state's first 4-term senator since Spessard Holland, a Democrat from Lakeland who served from 1946 to 1971. Here's a look at the numbers right now. Scott barely ahead of Nelson by only about 64,000 votes. When we break those numbers down by county, Sarasota County voting in that Senate race with 46% voting for Nelson, 54% voting for Scott, and Manatee County 42% voting for Nelson, while 58% voted for Scott.
Democrats nationally have targeted Vern Buchanan for years. Once again, he has prevailed. Florida's 16th congressional district includes Sarasota, Manatee, and Hillsborough counties. Voters in the district deciding if six-term incumbent Republican Vern Buchanan should continue to hold the seat. He was challenged by Sarasota attorney David Shapiro. Both men debated in a highly watched debate on ABC7 at 7, their one and only meeting during the campaign.
But voters decided to once again elect Buchanan over Shapiro. You can see those numbers right there, 55% over 45%.
It was a packed house for the Republican Watch Party at the Hyatt Regency tonight.
That's right. The highlights included Congressman Vern Buchanan speaking to a crowd of cheering supporters as he took that 16th congressional seat for the 7th time. ABC7's Taylor Torregano is live there now with more details about that win. Taylor.
Good evening, Jacqueline. Allen, there are a few stragglers here left, but really all that's here now are the traces of excitement that took over this ballroom tonight. Now, supporters of Vern Buchanan cheered him on as he made a grand entrance after defeating Democrat David Shapiro. This race for the 16th congressional seat wasn't even close. Congressman Buchanan beat his Democratic opponent by double digits. He says now he's going to Washington to fight for the issues that the people care about, and he was ecstatic to take home the win tonight.
And most importantly, I want to thank all of you for what you continue to do, not just for me, but for all Republicans. Let's give yourself a big round of applause.
The other Republican candidates who won tonight, Christian Ziegler, who now has a seat on the Sarasota County Board of Commissioners, and Joe Gruters, who won State Senate. I'm live at the Hyatt Regency Ballroom. Taylor Torregano, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Taylor, thank you. Turning now to Florida's 17th congressional district, which includes voters in 9 counties. Republican State Senator Greg Steube faced Democrat Allen Ellison for Tom Rooney's seat. Ellison replaces April Freeman on the ballot, who died less than a month after winning the Democratic nomination in the primary. Steube spent 6 years as a member of the Florida House of Representatives and has been in that state Senate since 2016. And taking a look at State Senate District 23, which covers Sarasota County and parts of Charlotte County, Republican Joe Gruters faced Olivia Babbis. Gruters has cast himself as bipartisan and independent. He has been the chairman of the Sarasota GOP for 10 years and was co-chair of President Trump's campaign in Florida. We spoke to him at the Republican Watch Party tonight in Sarasota about what his plans are for the future of his district.
You got to think about what's ahead for Sarasota. We have Moat Marine, a $150 million project. We have the Sarasota Bayfront, $100 million project. We have Selby Gardens. We have the arts. We have all these community organizations. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to try to bring back as much money as I possibly can.
Now to Suncoast seats in the Florida House. This year, Democrats fielded strong candidates in every contest. In District 71, 2 first-time candidates. Republican Will Robinson beat out Democrat candidate Tracy Pratt, you could see, by 56 to 44%. In the race for the State House seat, District 72, Democrat Margaret Good beat her Republican opponent Ray Pilon. You can see that on the screen, 51 to 49%. Good Siesta Key attorney is vigilant about attacking the issues she says were caused by the Republicans, including red tide, underfunded public education, and the lack of affordable health care. She opposed a corporate tax increase and voiced opposition against school safety bill related to the Parkland shooting because she is against arming educators. She has also attracted national attention for winning a seat in the district that President Trump carried.
Now, Sarasota County hosted a Democratic watch party at Michael's on East, which brought many enthused people in to watch tonight's election.
Including a major win for them. Margaret Good, as we just mentioned, in House District 72. ABC7's Jackie Kelly was there and tells us how it went. Jackie.
Alan, Jacqueline, no one is here right now, but earlier this place was packed and people were really watching these polls, getting into it, meaning that they were cheering really loud when they saw things they liked, and they were actually booing when they saw things that they didn't like. Now, many different candidates stopped by today, including Margaret Good, David Shapiro, and Allen Ellison. One big victory that they had in the crowd, that the crowd was excited about, was Margaret Good's win. She says that her win is an example of what working together does.
I think this win is a testament to what people can do when they work together, and a testament to crossing party lines, that when you talk about the issues that matter to voters, that it resonates and that you end up prevailing.
Now, Margaret Good tells me that tomorrow she's going to be taking the day off as well as her team. But after that, it's back to the campaign trail and trying to get people involved for the 2020 election. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Jackie, thank you. Turning now to State House seat District 73, Republican Tommy Gregory beat opponent Democrat Liv Coleman. This was a wild race. If you remember the GOP primary, Melissa Howard was forced to drop out after lying about a college degree. Tommy Gregory, an attorney and a former military officer, Liv Coleman, a professor at the University of Tampa. As you can see there on the screen, Gregory wins.
In the race for Florida's House of Representatives in District 74, James Buchanan beat out his Democratic opponent Tony Mowry. This is Buchanan's second attempt to win a seat in the House after losing to Democrat Margaret Good earlier this year in a special election for District 72. James Buchanan, also the son of Vern Buchanan, who won the 16th congressional seat tonight. Some of the issues he thinks are unique to South Sarasota County includes water quality and the need to expedite River Road. Now, there were a long list of amendments on this year's ballot, and Floridians have voted yes on many changes to the state's constitution.
ABC7's Erica Jackson joins us with the details on the amendments that were approved.
Alan, Jacqueline, thank you. All but one proposed amendment in Florida will likely pass with more than 60% of votes. Amendment 4 to restore voting rights to felons has been approved with the exemption of people convicted of murder and sexual offenses. Florida was one of 4 states that doesn't automatically restore voting rights after a criminal sentence is complete. Voters have also passed a bundled amendment banning oil and gas drilling in state waters and vaping in indoor workplaces. And by the year 2020, greyhound racing will come to an end in Florida. There's about a dozen remaining greyhound racing tracks in the U.S., and a bulk of those are here in Florida. Thanks to Florida voters, greyhound racing will be banned. Florida also approved Amendment Revision 12, which bans public officials from paid lobbying jobs for 6 years after leaving office. And they approved a measure freezing the size of tax increases on commercial properties. Jacqueline?
Thank you. Republican Ashley Moody will be Florida's next Attorney General. Moody defeated Democrat State Senator Sean Shaw. Moody is a former judge and federal prosecutor from the Tampa area. During the campaign, she pointed out that Shaw had never prosecuted a case and that his first should not be as Attorney General. Moody will take over the position held by Republican Pam Bondi, who was barred from seeking re-election due to term limits.
And in the race for Florida, Chief Financial Officer, incumbent Republican Jimmy Patronis beat out Democrat Jeremy Ring. Patronis was appointed in 2017 by Governor Rick Scott, while King is a former state senator from Margate.
As for Florida's Agriculture Commissioner job, Republican Matt Caldwell narrowly beat Democrat Nikki Fried. Caldwell is an 8-year veteran of the Florida House of Representatives, while Fried is a Fort Lauderdale-based attorney. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, we have former State Representative Keith Fitzgerald and Sarasota Republican Vice Chair Jack Rill live at the Trapezoid. We'll hear their thoughts about the state and local races.
And you are looking live at Ron DeSantis' victory rally. Just a few minutes, we'll take you live to Orlando, where he is expected to make his victory speech.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is real.
You can recover.
It's possible. It happens every day.
Never give up on yourself.
Discover hope and help.
The world is a beautiful place again.
Join the Voices for Recovery. For confidential information for mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.
You are looking live at Florida's next governor, Ron DeSantis, the former congressman who did not lead in any poll until the one that counts today. Let's take a lesson in.
No chance. And even today, the political and media class seem eager to write our obituary. But the great thing about our country is that every 2 years, the people have that one day in November where the elites don't call the shots, where they don't get to craft the narrative, and where they don't get to set the agenda. On Election Day, it's the voice of the people that rules. Now, as governor, I'll make sure Florida remains a low-tax state. We'll hold people in government accountable. We'll protect taxpayer dollars, and we'll ensure that Floridians from all walks of life have that open field and fair chance to realize their dreams. And for those of you in high-tax states who may be contemplating investing in Florida, please know that we will remain open for business. And we will save you an awful lot in taxes if you bring your investment to Florida. There's a lot of people I have to thank, and unfortunately, I just can't thank everyone. But I can tell you this, my most significant and valued supporter, in spite of what the media may say, is standing right next to me, my wife, Casey. You know, we met, by chance at a driving range and years ago, and she has been my best friend. She's the best wife anybody could ever have, and I very much hope, and I think I will be a great governor, but I can guarantee you on day one of all 50 states, Florida will have the best first lady in the country, and my wife, Casey. I'd also like to thank my parents for all they did for me, especially my mother, who's a retired nurse, and we have 2 kids under 2. And so when you're running for governor in this massive state, always going in and out, it really has helped that she has been there helping us get through this really difficult process. So I love her very much, and I want to thank her. I also want to thank all the great volunteers that we had throughout the state of Florida.
All right, well, you have been listening to Your new Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, narrowly beating out Democratic candidate Andrew Gillum. In the meantime, let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at your forecast. Bob?
And we have a lot more coverage coming up here in just a little bit. Let me get to the weather real quickly here. A green flash tonight. Let me go back to that and show you that green flash was actually shown earlier tonight. Looking out on Longboat Key, you don't see that very normally. That green flash was taken off of Longboat Key this evening as the sun was setting out there, and some folks getting a snapshot of that. This one from Catherine Schultz. There it is off in the distance. And again, we have had a little stationary front to our north right now. That stationary front producing just a little bit of rainfall. Warm weather out ahead of it. So we're going to stay in this warm sector riding in through the rest of this work week all the way to Friday. We're going to get an east to southeasterly wind flow. It always has a tendency to warm us up. There'll be a little sea breeze that'll develop in the afternoon, but we're not anticipating any significant rainfall. We may see an isolated shower in the afternoon on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but that'll be about it. Better chances of rain come over the weekend, and even those aren't all that great. Temperatures for lows to start things off tomorrow will be warm, right around 70 degrees. We'll warm up into the mid-80s, some upper 80s, and it will feel that warm. Even here along the Sun Coast, we're expecting high temperatures to get very close to the 85, 86 degree mark. As far as the futurecast goes, no rain really expected, any widespread rain. I mentioned 1 or 2 showers not out of the question. This model depicting some there near Charlotte Harbor. That front stays to our north, kind of fades away, and then we'll see an increased moisture coming in on Thursday, but still rain chances staying less than 20%. By the weekend, they jump up to 30% on Saturday, but not much. And 70 right now, it's 100% humidity out there due to that dew point temperature remaining high. And it looks as though we will see some patchy fog to start things off tomorrow morning. For boaters tomorrow, winds will be out of the east and switch around to the southwest at around 5 knots to 10 knots. Seas running less than 2 feet. The extended forecast then, warm on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. A little bit cooler back to average on into Saturday and Sunday. And a 60% chance for showers on Monday as a stronger cold front moves in. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. Lots of decisions today involving positions on local government boards making decisions that impact the future of the Sun Coast. In Sarasota County, 2 county commission seats decided. In District 2, 56% voted for Republican Christian Ziegler, while 44% voted for Democrat Ruta Giunnari. Ziegler is married to the chair of the Sarasota County School Board, Bridget Ziegler. He is currently the state Republican committee man for Sarasota and was a former congressional aide to Vern Buchanan. He ran for chair of the Florida Republican Party but lost. This is his first run for public office. And in the race for the District 4 seat on the Sarasota County Commission, 54% voted for Republican Alan Mayo, while 46% voted for Democrat Wesley Ann Beggs. In the city of Northport, 2 city commission seats decided tonight. In District 4, 62% voted for Pete Emmerich, while 38% voted for Kevin Rouse. This district covers the Biscayne Drive and Tamiami Trail areas of Northport. Emmerich is a former city landscape manager who worked for Northport for 20 years. In 2014, Emmerich lost to outgoing Vice Mayor Linda Yates in a bid for Seat 5, who is terming out of that spot. He also lost a special election back in May of last year against Commissioner Jill Luke for an at-large seat. And in the race for the District 5 seat on the Northport City Commission, 46% voted for Peter Bartolotta, while 54% voted for Jill Luke. Her seat covers the Jockey Club in West Villages area of Northport. And over in Venice, 1 city council seat was decided representing District 3, with both winning around 50% of the vote. But Helen Moore received about 57 more votes than Fred Frazee.
What a night. Democrats had high hopes for winning the governor's office. They also thought that they had a good chance at keeping Bill Nelson in the Senate. And joining us for more is former state representative Keith Fitzgerald and Sarasota Republican Vice Chair Jack Brill. Welcome back to the trapezoid. And Keith, let me start with you. Polls get a bad name, especially in Florida. What happened here? Because DeSantis was not leading in a single poll.
Well, it's a huge disappointment. As far as pollsters are concerned, they just have a really tough time when turnout is a factor that you can't predict. And the nonpartisan voters switch around so much from one time to the next, they're hard to pin down as well. But it's a terrible disappointment for the Democrats.
Jack, obviously the Republicans did fantastically here on the Suncoast and throughout the state, but CNN is just reporting that that Democrats are retaking the U.S. House, and we all know what that means for President Trump. He is going to probably get a lot of subpoenas, and there are rumors of everything else here. How do you handle tonight's victories, but know that things are going to get even rougher down in Washington, and Vern Buchanan, who was in line to lead the House Ways and Means, will now be in the minority?
Well, I think you've got to look at, when you look at the last midterm of the Obama administration, 63 House seats were moved over and switched over. So losing, a loss is a loss is a loss, but not having, minor loss is a lot better than losing 63. Secondly, look at the gains the Republicans picked up in the Senate. A very interesting dynamic this year, having all these new seats versus a midterm.
All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. When we come back, we'll have continuing coverage of tonight's elections across the U.S., so stay with us.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Want to know a secret? If you're looking for the best selection of area rugs at an unbelievable price, the only place you need to look is Rugs is Art. I know what you're thinking. Expensive, right? Wrong. Rugs is Art has the largest selection of area rugs on the west coast of Florida in a variety of styles, with 8x11 area rugs starting at $199. Largest selection, personalized service, and unbelievably low prices. You'll find it all at Rugs is Art.
Rugs as Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
I'm a Florida voter. I want to make sure my voice is heard.
Here in Florida,
we have 3 ways to vote.
Vote by mail.
Early voting.
And voting at the polls on Election Day.
Make sure your voice is heard.
I'm Secretary of State Ken Detzner. Get ready, get set, vote.
Taking a look now at some results in the big races in Manatee County.
In the District 6 at-large seat, 63% voted for Republican Carol Whitmore, while 37% voted for Candace Luther.
For the District 2 seat on the Manatee County Commission, 42% voted for Republican Dimitri Dennis and 58% voted for Democrat Reggie Bellamy.
And on the Manatee County Board of Commissioners in the District 4 race, 52% voted for Republican Misty Servia, while 48% voted for Melton Little. Both were looking to replace Robin DiSabatino on the board.
On the Manatee County School Board, a very close race for the District 4 seat. 52% voted for Scott Hopes and 48% voted for Joe Hicks.
And when we come back, we'll have one final look at your weather forecast for tomorrow night.
Plus, we'll show you how you can find out all the results from today's elections.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
My first job was in sports, and I was so thrilled just to be working in this business. I simply love covering this area. It has been my home for more than 40 years, and now it's wonderful that I can raise my family here as well. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
All right, well, we have everything you need to know about tonight's elections on our website. Head over to mysuncoast.com. There's plenty of information on there. Right on the front page, you can find a full list of the races and all the information if you are curious about how.
And Jacqueline, it's been a pleasure
joining you. Thanks for joining us tonight. And thank you,
good
Bob.
job, you guys. Great job. Weather looks good tomorrow. Warm.
Good night.
Good night.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Have a good one.